let's get the gospel to the finishing line. And it's possible. It's doable. We can do it. The body of Christ has a mandate to reach the ends of the earth. The majority of Christians don't know much about the mission of God on earth. His ultimate purpose is redemptive plan for all humanity. Our mission is providing adequate, strategic, enabling, and empowering tools and programs that will in turn give hands-on exposure and experience for God's people in God's mission. We ignite mission mobilization in the local church. But we need to also begin to talk about startup mission force that really want to see young people take their profession, their insight as a tool to change the world for Christ's sake. No nation will receive the gospel until those who have the gospel take the gospel to them. And no person will go take the gospel to them until it's been formally, properly briefed, prepared, and released. So our goal, therefore, is to provide informal training that can help an average Christian or a church to leverage on what God has been doing all over the years and bring their own small contribution to get the job to the finishing line. The work of God should be the basis upon which every believer should define his role and his relevance in his life. With over 7.8 billion people and 3.2 billion have not heard the gospel, it's not so much because they don't want the gospel. Sometimes because there's no Christian in their lives. They are excluded, they're secluded, they are fenced off by geography, where they live, by economic disposition, by their status, by their culture. There's a need, therefore, for massive in-church education to discover their role and to be part of what God is doing. If the gospel will be global, and the gospel will be transnational, and the gospel will determine the final result of what happens in this age, shouldn't we pay more attention to it? And that's the reason why we often invite people to consider the M2414 initiative, a project of mobilization and mentoring that cut across the whole world. You can sponsor, attend, or host a mission empowering, vision enabling program that can catalyze, that can spur people to a greater awareness and better involvement with the mission of God. Our mobilization is not just asking people to do mission, but to live missionally. It's to begin to see every day of our lives in relation to the ultimate purpose of God for our generation. I'm a pastor. How do I pastor my local church to be missional for businessmen? How do I be missional in my business enterprise? I'm a lecturer. How do I become missional in my orientation? That is one of the things we do during one of our programs called Bible for Life and Ministry. We have what we call humanitarian gesture, humanitarian platform in our area, both Global Leadership Foundation. We call it SMILE Initiative. It's an initiative that's presently taking care of over 600 widows and needy women. We have over 300 orphans, and we put them in schools. One of our core values is global body of Christ missiology. Some of the countries that we will not easily have access to, other people around the world have access there. We ride on their wings and we get to those countries to do ministry. We partner with them in resources, we partner with them in skills, we partner with them in open door. God's will is tied to His word. It's both our timeline and our task line. It's both our global scope and our regional strategy. It is the gospel, nothing else. It is the gospel of the kingdom, not human ideas. We want as many people as possible to join us.
Oh Lord, we ask for the name